Numbers chapter 3 through chapter 4, verse 33. And these are the generations of Aaron and Moses in the day in which the Lord spoke to Moses in Mount Sinai. And these are the names of the sons of Aaron: Nadab the firstborn, and Abiud, Eleazar, and Ithamar. These are the names of the sons of Aaron, the anointed priest whom they consecrated to the priesthood. And Nadab and Abiud died before the Lord when they offered strange fire before the Lord in the wilderness of Sinai. And they had no children, and Eleazar and Ithamar ministered in the priest's office with Aaron their father. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Take the tribe of Levi, and thou shalt set them before Aaron the priest, and they shall minister to him, and shall keep his charges, and the charges of the children of Israel, before the tabernacle of witness, to do the works of the tabernacle. They shall keep all the furniture of the tabernacle of witness, and the charges of the children of Israel, as to do all the works of the tabernacle. And thou shalt give the Levites to Aaron, and to his sons the priests. They are given for a gift to me of the children of Israel. And thou shalt appoint Aaron and his sons over the tabernacle of witness, and they shall keep their charge of priesthood. And all things belong to the altar, and within the veil, and the stranger that touches them shall die. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Behold, I have taken the Levites from the midst of the children of Israel, instead of every male that opens the womb from among the children of Israel. They shall be their ransom, and the Levites shall be mine. For every firstborn is mine. In the day in which I smote every firstborn in the land of Egypt, I sanctified to myself every firstborn in Israel, both of man and beast. They shall be mine. I am the Lord. And the Lord spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, saying, Take the number of the sons of Levi according to the houses of their families, according to their divisions. Number ye them every male from a month old and upwards. And Moses and Aaron numbered them by the word of the Lord, as the Lord commanded them. And these were the sons of Levi by their names: Gedson, Keath, and Merari. And these are the names of the sons of Gedson according to their families: Lobeni and Semei. And the sons of Keath according to their families: Amram and Issachar, Kebron and Oziel. And sons of Merari according to their families: Mooli and Musi. These are the families of the Levites according to their houses of their families. To Gedson belongs the family of Lobeni, and the family of Semei. These are the families of Gedson. The numbering of them according to the number of every male, from month old and upwards. Their numbering was 7,500. And the sons of Gedson shall encamp westward behind the tabernacle. The roll of the house of the family of Gedson was Elisaph the son of Dale. And the charge of the sons of Gedson in the tabernacle of witness was the tent and the veil, and the covering of the door of the tabernacle of witness, and the curtains of the court, and the veil of the door of the court, which is by the tabernacle, and the remainder of all its works. To Gath belonged one division, that of Amram; another division, that of Issachar; another division, that of Kebron; another division, that of Oziel. These are the divisions of Keath according to their number. Every male from a month old and upward, 8,600, keeping the charges of the holy things. The families of the sons of Keath shall encamp beside the tabernacle toward the south. The chief of the house of the families of the divisions of Keath was Elzaphan, the son of Oziel. And their charge was the ark, and the table, and the candlestick, and the altars, and all the vessels of the sanctuary, where they do holy service, and the veil, and all their works. The chief over the chief of the Levites was Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, appointed to keep the charges of the holy things. To Merari belonged the family of Mooli, and the family of Musi. These are the families of Merari. The mustering of them according to number, every male from a month old and upwards, was 6,050. And the head of the house of the families of the division of Merari was Suriel, the son of Abicail. They shall encamp by the side of the tabernacle northwards. The oversight of the charge of the sons of Merari include the chapiters of the tabernacle, and its bars, and its pillars, and its sockets, and all their furniture and their works, and the pillars of the court round about, and their bases, and their pins, and their cords. They that encamp before the tabernacle of witness on the east shall be Moses and Aaron and his sons, keeping the charge of the sanctuary according to the charge of the children of Israel, and the stranger that toucheth them shall die. All the numbering of the Levites, whom Moses and Aaron numbered by the word of the Lord, according to their families, every male from a month old and upwards, were 22,000. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Count every firstborn male of the children of Israel from a month old and upwards, and take the number by name. And thou shalt take the Levites from me. I am the Lord. Instead of all the firstborn of the sons of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites, instead of all the firstborn among the cattle of the children of Israel. And Moses counted as the Lord commanded him every firstborn among the children of Israel. And all the male firstborn numbered by name, from a month old and upwards, were according to their numbers 22,273. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Take the Levites instead of all the firstborn of the sons of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites instead of their cattle, and the Levites shall be mine. I am the Lord. And for the ransoms of the 273 which exceed the Levites in number, of the firstborn of the sons of Israel, thou shalt even take 5 shekels a head. Thou shalt take them according to the holy didrachm, 20 oboloi to the shekel. And thou shalt give the money to Aaron and to his sons, the ransom of those who exceed in number among them. And Moses took the silver, and the ransom of those that exceeded in number, the redemption of the Levites. He took the silver from the firstborn of the sons of Israel, 1,365 shekels, according to the holy shekel. And Moses gave the ransom of them that were over to Aaron and his sons, and by the word of the Lord, as the Lord commanded Moses. The Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, Take the sum of the children of Kehath from the midst of the sons of Levi, after their families, according to the houses of their fathers' households. From 25 years old and upward until 50 years, everyone that goes in to minister to all the works of the tabernacle of witness. And these are the words of the sons of Kehath in the tabernacle of witness. It is most holy. And Aaron and his son shall go in, when the camp is about to move, and shall take down the shadowing veil, and shall cover it with the ark of the testimony. And they shall put it on a cover, even a blue skin, and put it above a garment all of blue, and shall put the stays through the rings. And they shall put on the table set forth for the showbread a cloth of all purple, and the dishes, and the censers, and the cups, and the vessels with which one offers drink offerings. And the continual loaves shall be upon it. They shall put upon it a scarlet cloth, and they shall cover it with a blue covering of skin. And they shall put the staves into it. And they shall take a blue covering, and cover the candlestick that gives light, and its lamps, and its snuffers, and its funnels, and all the vessels of oil with which they minister. And they shall put it and all its vessels into a blue skin cover, and they shall put it on bearers. And they shall put a blue cloth for a cover on the golden altar, and shall cover it with a blue skin cover, and put in its staves. And they shall take all the instruments of service with which they minister in the sanctuary, and shall place them in a cloth of blue, and shall cover them with a blue skin covering, and put them upon staves. And he shall put the covering on the altar, and they shall cover it with the cloth all of purple. And they shall put it upon all the vessels with which they minister upon it, and the fire pans, and the flesh hooks, and the cups, and the cover, and all the vessels of the altar. And they shall put on it a blue cover of skins, and shall put in its staves. And they shall take a purple cloth, and cover the laver and its foot, and they shall put it into a blue cover of skin, and put it on bars. And Aaron and his son shall finish covering the holy things, and all the holy vessels when the camp begins to move. And afterwards the sons of Kehath shall go in and take up the furniture, but shall not touch the holy things, lest they die. These shall the sons of Kehath bear in the tabernacle of witness. Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest is the overseer, the oil of the light, and the incense of composition, and the daily meat offering and the anointing oil are his charge, even the oversight of the whole tabernacle, and all things that are in it, in the holy place, in all the works. And the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, You shall not destroy the family of Kehath from the tribe out of the midst of the Levites. This do ye to them, and they shall live and not die when they approach the Holy of Holies. Let Aaron and his sons advance, and they shall place them each in his post for bearing. And so they shall by no means go in to look suddenly upon the holy things and die. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Take the sum of the children of Gershon, and these according to the house of their lineage, according to their families. Take the number of them, from 25 years old and upwards, until the age of 50, everyone that goes in to minister, to do his business in the tabernacle of witness. This is the public service of the family of Gershon, to minister and to bear. And they shall bear the skins of the tabernacle, and the tabernacle of witness, and its veil, and the blue cover that was on it above, and the cover of the door of the tabernacle of witness, and all the curtains of the court which were upon the tabernacle of witness, and the appendages, and all the vessels of service that they minister with they shall attend to. According to the direction of Aaron and his sons shall be the ministry of the sons of Gershon, in all their ministries and in all their works, and thou shalt take account of them by name in all things borne by them. This is the service of the sons of Gershon in the tabernacle of witness, and they are charged by the hand of Ithamar, the son of Aaron the priest. The sons of Merari, according to their families, according to the house of their lineage, take ye now the number of them. Take the number of them from 25 years old and upwards until 50 years old, everyone that goes in to perform the services of the tabernacle of witness. And these are the charges of things borne by them according to all their works in the tabernacle of witness. They shall bear the chapiters of the tabernacle, and the bars, and its pillars, and its sockets, and the veil. There shall be their sockets, and their pillars, and the curtain of the door of the tabernacle. And they shall bear the pillars of the court round about, and there shall be their sockets. And they shall bear the pillars of the veil of the door of the court, and their sockets, and their pins, and their cords, and all their furniture, and all their instruments of service. Take ye their number by name, and all the articles of the charge of the things borne by them. This is the ministration of the family of the sons of Merari, in all their works in the tabernacle of witness, by the hand of Ithamar, the son of Aaron the priest. Psalm 41 in Hebrew. For the end, a psalm of David. Blessed is the man who thinks on the poor and needy. The Lord shall deliver him in an evil day. May the Lord preserve him and keep him alive, and bless him on the earth, and not deliver him into the hands of his enemy. May the Lord help him upon the bed of his pain. Thou hast made all his bed in his sickness. I said, O Lord, have mercy upon me. Heal my soul, for I have sinned against thee. My enemies have spoken evil against me, saying, When shall he die, and his name perish? And if he came to see me, his heart spoke vainly. He gathered iniquity to himself. He went forth and spoke in like manner. All my enemies whispered against me. Against me they devised to my hurt. They denounced a wicked word against me, saying, Now that he lies, shall he not rise up again? For even the man of my peace, in whom I trusted, who ate my bread, lifted up his heel against me. But thou, O Lord, have compassion upon me, and raise me up, and I shall requite them. By this I know that thou hast delighted in me, because mine enemy shall not rejoice over me. But thou didst help me because of mine innocence, and hast established me before thee forever. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, from everlasting to everlasting. So be it, so be it. Proverbs chapter 8, verses 21b through 26. If I declare to you the things that daily happen, I will remember also to recount the things of old. The Lord made me the beginning of his ways for his works. He established me before time was in the beginning, before he made the earth. Even before he made the depths, before the fountains of the water came forth, before the mountains were settled, before all the hills he begets me. The Lord made countries and uninhabited tracts, and the highest inhabited parts of the world. The Holy Gospel according to St. Matthew, chapter 27, verses 1 through 26. When the morning was come, all the chief priests and elders of the people took counsel against Jesus to put him to death. And when they had bound him, they led him away, and delivered him to Pontius Pilate, the governor. Then Judas, which had betrayed him, when he saw that he was condemned, repented himself, and brought again the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and the elders, saying, I have sinned in that I betrayed the innocent blood. And they said, What is that to us? See thou to that. And he cast down the pieces of silver in the temple and departed, and went and hanged himself. And the chief priest took the silver pieces and said, It is not lawful for to put them into the treasury, because it is the price of blood. And they took counsel, and bought with them the potter's field, to bury strangers in. Wherefore that field was called the field of blood unto this day. Then was fulfilled that which was spoken by Jeremiah the prophet, saying, And they took the 30 pieces of silver, the price of him that was valued, whom they of the children of Israel did value, and gave them for the potter's field, as the Lord appointed me. And Jesus stood before the governor, and the governor asked him, saying, Art thou the king of the Jews? And Jesus said unto him, Thou sayest. And when he was accused, the chief priests and elders, he answered nothing. Then said Pilate unto him, Hearest thou not how many things they witness against thee? And he answered him to never a word, insomuch that the governor marveled greatly. Now at that feast the governor was wont to release unto the people a prisoner, whom they would. And they had then a notable prisoner called Barabbas. Therefore, when they gathered together, Pilate said unto them, Whom will ye that I release unto you, Barabbas, or Jesus, which is called the Christ? For he knew that for envy they had delivered him. When he was set down on the judgment seat, his wife sent unto him, saying, Have thou nothing to do with that just man? For I have suffered many things this day in a dream because of him. But the chief priests and elders persuaded the multitude that they should ask Barabbas, and destroy Jesus. The governor answered and said unto them, Whether of the twain will ye that I release unto you? They said, Barabbas. Pilate saith unto them, What shall I do then with Jesus, which is called Christ? They all say unto him, Let him be crucified. And the governor said, Why, what evil hath he done? But they cried out the more, saying, Let him be crucified. When Pilate saw that he could prevail nothing, but that rather a tumult was made, he took water, and washed his hands before the multitude, saying, I am innocent of the blood of this just person. See ye to it. Then answered all the people, and said, His blood be on us, and on our children. Then released he Barabbas unto them, and when he had scourged Jesus, he delivered him to be crucified.